Welcome to Mac Music Tech. I want to give you a real quick tip on Studio One. While all DAWs have their individual strengths and weaknesses, Studio One's a really impressive recent kind of entry into the game. They've got a great DNA with some of the background people from Steinberg, so they know what they're doing. And some of their strength is in all that drag and drop capability, but also in kind of the simplicity of a one window interface. Now, the pluses of this are everything is in front of you while you're working. The downside is it's not always completely apparent on first look where things are. So I've got a basic pattern here where I'm playing with something and I'm using battery for drums, and I wanted to go in and route these individual drums to different outputs so I had the ability to process them differently. So I routed all my kicks to the mono direct out 13, and I routed all my snare drums to mono 14. Now the problem is Studio One does not automatically turn those inputs on, the mixer. So when I play that track, my kick and snare are gone. So I need to know how to be able to turn those on in the mixer. It's fairly obvious once you get it, but you may have stumbled with this a bit. If you click on the left-hand side where you have your open tabs, you can open up your instrument tab and you'll see a listing of all the instruments that are used in your sequence. I would expect to pull down the arrow and use some kind of menu from there, but watch what happens not if I do that, but if I actually click on the name of the plugin. There is the ability to turn on and off the input and output routing for all of my channels. So I'm now going to turn on those individual direct outs for 13 and 14. Now I have got an individual channel that is shown up in my mixer for my kick and my individual output on my channel mixer for my snares. So then if I wanted to go in and actually set up a reverb just on the snare drum, I've got the ability to go in here and grab something like, oh, let's grab Softube's TSA-R1. Let's instantiate that on that track. And now all of a sudden, this overdone for effect, but knowing you can have that direct control of anything where a virtual instrument has got multiple outputs is pretty powerful. So just remember, I have to open up that instrument tab, I have to click on the name of the virtual instrument to open that pull down, and I want to select the individual outputs that will show up in the mixer. Hope this was useful. Looking forward to seeing you again. Thanks a lot.